Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we'll be making this beautiful dress with a V-shaped neckline, and it's very easy and beginners friendly. To all our subscribers, I want to say thank you. God bless you. If you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So I'll be using this fabric to make this dress. It's a 2 yards of floral crepe fabric, and I cut it into 2 pieces because I'll be making the front and the back pattern together. So I'll be folding it into 2 and placing it. So I use my hip measurement plus 5" for it, and that was the wideness I needed. So fold it into 2, and for the back neckline I use 2 inches, while for the front neckline I use 3 inches. For the depth and for the wideness I use 3 inches for the wideness. Okay, so connect the lines. After connecting the lines, we are going to mark our shoulder measurement. So for the shoulder measurement that I have, my shoulder measurement is 18 divided by 2 is going to give me 6, and I'm going to mark the 8 inches. Then after marking the 8 inches, come down by 1 inch. After coming down by 1 inch, you connect it. That 1 inch is your shoulder slope. Okay, so connect it. Then after connecting it, you take your tape and you mark your measurements. Okay, so you insert your chest line, your waistline, and your hip line with your M line. Okay, so I did not use my bust point and my other bust for this dress. I just use my chest line for it. So to get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. okay, so after doing that, mark it with a straight line. Use your ruler and mark a straight line because we are about to insert our shoulder slope. Okay, so connect it to that chest line. After doing that, you are going to mark your waist, your hip, and your M line. So for the waist, I use 17 inches. For my hip depth, I use 9 inches, and for my gown length, I use 38 to 40 inches. Okay, so that was what I used for my total measurement. Okay, so after doing that, you are going to find the midpoint of your sleeve and mark, then connect it to your chest line. So the chest measurement that I have, that's the bust measurement, is 42 divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch, but I added more than that for mine because I wanted it to be very free. So it depends on you. So do the same thing for your waist. You add your 1.5 inch, then you connect the chest to the waist, then you do the same thing for your armhole. So I'm using the back armhole. If you want to use the front, you have to come in by 0.5 inch, then connect. Okay, so do the same thing for your hip. Mark your hip measurement plus your sewing allowance and connect it. Then you go over to the M line and you do the same thing. You take your hip measurement, place it on the M line, and you mark. Okay, so you mark it, use your straight ruler and connect. Then I came up by 2 inches. So after coming up by 2 inches, I just connected it to give me that bit of curve at the edge of the dress. Okay, so that was basically what I did. After doing this, cut it out. You are done with your pattern for the dress. So I've cut it out and this is how it looks. So now it's time to remove the front from the back. Okay, so basically I'm done with the front and the back piece. So I'm going to remove the back piece and we are going to cut the front neckline. So this is the front, and I'll be coming down by 4 inch. I came down by 4 inch and I connected it to the shoulder. After connecting it, just give it a slant and cut it out. After cutting it out, this is what I have. So just pin it. If your fabric is thick, also pin it up, okay? So I took my paper stay, that was what I used, and I placed it underneath the front piece neckline, then I cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to use the paper stay and place it on my lining to cut out my lining piece, but I just wanted to do it this way. Do the same thing for both the front piece and the back piece. Then after doing that, you take the paper stay that you just cut out, place it on your lining piece and iron it up. So you've gotten your collar, then cut out all the necessary parts, and after doing that, I went ahead and joined the shoulder to shoulder together. After stitching the shoulder to shoulder, we're going to go over and mark our dress for the bishop collar. Okay, so you turn it to the front part, the main part of the dress, and you are going to take your tape and measure. So from the shoulder, I came down by 4 inches. And I marked. You can also use 3 inches or 2 inches if you don't want it to come down very well. So I used 4 inches for mine, then I marked. After marking it, what I did next was I used my pin to pin it up. After pinning it up, I notched the part that I marked and marked the back. Then after marking the back, you are going to notch the back. Sorry about that. Notch it and take your measurement. Okay, so I measured it round from that 4 inch that I marked, measured it around, and what I got was what I used to cut out my bishop collar. After notching it, I mark it round with my tape and my chalk with 1/2 inch from that 4 inch down to the back. Then after doing that, we are going to go ahead and cut out the collar for the bishop neck, so the upper part of the dress. Do the same thing for both sides of the dress. I use paper stay for this. So what I did was I folded it into 2, and I'm going to cut the collar cut off fold. So my measurement was 20 inches, and I'm going to fold it and mark 11 inches. Okay, so after marking the 11 inches, you are going to take your tape and come up by 1.5 inch on the straight line that you mark, that part that you got your total measurement. So mark the 1.5, then take your ruler and connect it to the tip of the other side of your pattern. Okay, so connect it with your curve ruler, and after connecting it with your curve rule, you are going to take your tape and mark 1 inch from the curved down to the tip that you just mark. Okay, so take your curve ruler and mark it, then connect it. Okay, so after connecting it, what I got was this. Then I use my ruler to just give it a bit of curve. I'm so sorry, it's not showing very well, so I'm going to drop a link on how to draft your bishop collar on the description below. Okay, so cut it out. This is very easy, guys. This is like the easiest collar to make. So cut it out and iron it on your fabric. After ironing it, cut out 2 pieces, lining piece and main piece. Okay, after ironing it, you are going to mark 1/2 inch round. Okay, so that's what we'll be using to stitch it together and also attach it to the dress. So this is the collar. What you're going to do, you're going to stitch it with 1/2 inch. The part that does not have the stay is the part you are going to stitch. Okay, so you stitch it round. Okay, so from this end down to this other end, don't close it up. Okay, so after stitching it, take it to your ironing table, iron it up very neatly. After stitching, before turning, you just notch out the part that is not needed. So this is it. I'm going to attach it to the dress. So from that 4 inch, pin it round back to the back neckline and end on the front. Okay, so from one end of the 4-inch to the other end. Okay, so you pin it up and you stitch it. Guys, we are not adding the collar around the neckline. Okay, it's just from the 4-inch down to the other 4-inch. The V-shape effect is still going to be there. So this is it, and what you are going to do is you take your lining piece and you place it on top of your main dress. Okay, so after placing it, you take your ruler, and we'll be using the lining piece to turn out our neckline. So take your ruler and draw a straight line. So after drawing the straight line, you are from that straight line, you come up by 1 inch, okay, on the side of both on the straight line. Okay, on the two sides of the straight line, come up by 1 inch, then mark half an inch on that part. So you mark half an inch. It does not matter if you want to come up or if you don't want to. Okay, so what I did was I just mark half an inch, then connect it to the straight line, then do the same thing, mark half an inch and connect it to the straight line. So the 1 inch was not needed, but I just needed it to be a guide. Okay, so from the straight line you mark at 1 inch. From that 1 inch you come down by half an inch and connect it, but you can just connect it with the half an inch. Okay, so you sew it round. After stitching it, we are also stitching the collar, so we are sealing it up. You sew it round. After stitching it, you are going to notch, and after notching you stitch it to the lining piece. You see, so open up that mid part, that straight line will mark on the V-neck. Open it up with your scissors and stitch it round. So we are going to now double stitch our neckline, then turn it up. This is how it looks after stitching, and it came out so well. So what you are going to do is iron it and take your dress, the lining piece and the main fabric. After locking it up, okay, after closing the stitch, you stitch the shoulder on that straight line. You stitch it together, so it's going to hold the lining piece for you. So you take your pattern paper and cut out the sleeve that you want. So I use cap sleeve for mine. On the picture illustration it was long sleeve, okay, with elastic on the band, okay, for the wrist. So you cut it out and stitch your desired sleeve and attach it. But I'm using cap sleeve, so I'll just be stitching it and attaching this cap sleeve to the dress. I'm done with the dress. This is how it looks. It looks so pretty. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are old subscriber, God bless you. Please drop a comment below and tell me what you think about this dress. Have a blessed fit day. Bye, guys.